Welcome to the King of the Hill Shootout Invitational, the second line ball pool tournament. Don't know how to play line ball? Watch this video here. Now you know how to play, what is the rules for this tournament? 6 teams of 2 battle it out to become King of the Hill, win 5 points in a row, and you win the tournament as the champion. The longer you stay on the hill, the more obstacles in your way of winning. If you lose, you fall off the hill and go to the back of the waiting queue. There is a 50-point cap. If we do not have a winner, the team with the longest winning run is the champion. If 2 teams are tied, the team with the most total points is the champion. For a full breakdown of the rules in detail, read the pinned comment. Now let's play, handing over to our commentator, Ray Clark.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the second line ball tournament. The King of the Hill is who we're after. This is episode 5, and a reminder, all of these games are played at the Cousins Lounge in Canterbury. We upload our episodes every Tuesday at 6 o'clock UK time, and you can go back and revisit games that we've played in the past to see how we get here. And kicking off quickly, Daddy's Clackers taking me by surprise there with a 1-point lead. It's Daddy's Clackers. Look, I'll say it to you, and I won't say it loudly, but at the bottom of the heap at the moment. But things could change, and they're playing the Wet Bandits, who stopped a win in the last round by the Red Hot Chili Potters. It was very, very close. We got to match point, but the Wet Bandits sport their fun. So, as we sit here, the Wet Bandits 1 point ahead, and that ball that was in the score zone of Daddy's Clackers making its way back into the play zone again. You'll get the gist as we go along. But basically, think of the table in 3 sections. In the middle, it's the play zone. That's safe. It's not winning. It's not losing. At the end, the far end, it's the score zone. Get a ball in there and keep it there, more to the point, and you've got a point. Back behind the starting line, if you like. Out of bounds. That sounds like something at school. That field is out of bounds. If your ball goes there, you've lost it. It's out of play. And that's the way it stays for that particular game. Now, Daddy's Clackers, although I've said they're at the bottom of the heap at the moment, they're certainly at the top of the pile when it comes to taking time and studying as to where the ball is intended to go and how they're going to hit it. And that's not bad, actually, because the point changes now. It was 1 point to the Wet Bandits. They lose because you'll see their yellow ball outside of the score zone. The thing to watch in case you're a regular viewer, or even if it's the first time you've watched, is that black ball. Hit the black ball, it's all over. That's it. It's all over there as far as that ball's concerned. That's now out of play. So Daddy's Clackers lose a ball there. And in fact, the score down to 0 because the Wet Bandits ball bounced out, ricocheted out, moved out into the play zone. That can be played again. That can be another score in the future. Like now, perhaps. I thought for a while Daddy's Clackers were going to do the Wet Bandits a favour and just nudge that ball in gently. But as we sit here, Daddy's Clackers 1 point ahead. Of course, leading the way with Daddy's Clackers is John, who's the father of Max, the man who invented the game in the first place. It's been going since 2016 and it's been adapted every season, every tournament. And we're getting to the point now where this seems to work and is picking up followers. Perhaps pass the word around to your friends, especially if they're pool fans, and get them onto this. Have you watched line pool? 2-1 to the Wet Bandits, and it's Daddy's Clackers again. Dad John to go here. I think he does it just to find extra words for me. You know, we look as if we're about to hit the ball, and then there's a pause. But this time it seems to have paid off. There's another point there, or the 1 point for Daddy's Clackers, but not for long because that scoring ball is out. In fact, it's out of play now. So you can see that I think the Wet Bandits might even be playing a bit of a ploy here. Try and get rid of some of their balls. Actually, that's not a bad way, is it? Because ultimately, if the black isn't hit or the ball doesn't go into those end pockets, it's all down to points. And the more balls on the table and the more balls in the score zone will give you that win. the maximum points for this tournament, 50. We're hurtling along up to 19 points at the moment. We're beginning to get a bit of a league table and clear winners. The Red Hot Chili Potters feature in that. And have a look at the details on the left-hand side of your screen. And then in your own time, you'll work out, just like I've been working out in my own time, exactly how the scoring system works. Oh, close to that pocket there. And the Wet Bandits doing a favour for Daddy's Clackers, both scoring a point. That fascinates me, the fact that 2 points can be scored with one ball. And not necessarily for two opposing teams. If you're smart, you could hit one of your balls that's already in the playing zone and take them both through to the scoring zone. Here we go, the debate. Now, are you sitting comfortably here? I'll just make myself comfortable because this could take some time. It's Daddy's Clackers, John and Chris, having a conference as to what they should do. And then invariably they do something different. Oh, a bit of information and a tactic here. Is this tactic from the Wet Bandits trying to put them off the stroke? I'm not sure if that's allowed. That might be written into the next round of rules for the next tournament. I didn't quite see what happened there, but I saw two balls moving. Was that one ball in the middle section? Yeah, I think possibly it is. That conference might have paid off. Daddy's Clackers in the lead at the moment, 4-3. Just one more ball to play. And you'll see what happens by losing those balls into the out-of-bounds area. Then, by rights, the Wet Bandits still with a bit more of a chance than Daddy's Clackers. We'll see how this plays out. I think when it comes to the conference between team members, both of these teams are on equal footing. There's a lot more talk than action. And the action now means that Daddy's Clackers have won the point because the ball, the black ball, was potted. It took a while to get there, but Daddy's Clackers, they did okay last year and are now on 2 wins through this part of the tournament. Daddy's Clackers now taking on Lineaid, or Lineaid challenging Daddy's Clackers up to 20 points. Reminder, the maximum is 50 points. Just check up. Just go and follow the play and look at the rules on our website. It is basically like bowls or curling, but on a pool table. And if you take curling as an example, with the added advantage, you don't have to do it on ice. No score there. Very close to the score line, but not there. Here we go. More tactics from Daddy's Clackers. If they get to watch their own games, they'll realise just how many more tactics they discuss than the other teams. But invariably, the tactics don't appear to pay off. Although they certainly have this time with a win in hand. Now, are we going to play here? Yeah, we are. But was it worth it, eh? Back to the field of play. Daddy's Clackers taking on Lineaid this time around. And Lineaid, Alex and Ardit. Alex especially, one of the most dedicated players of line ball. He does take it seriously. Not that I'm suggesting the other teams aren't, but a big fan. And yeah, just one of their balls nudged back into the scoring zone there. Just a reminder, whatever, don't hit the black. That's bad news. And either of the pockets at the far end of the table, equally bad news. It's all over. But failing that, we've got quite a while to go yet. 20 points, the total out of a maximum 50. Just looking at the league table on the side of the screen. And it is the Red Hot Chili Potters that have been leading the way through much of this tournament so far. I suppose Lineaid not far away, Lineaid rather. I suppose Lineaid not far away with decent scores and still playing here. So, yeah, it's possible. Maximum input as well. Oh, yeah, but it's pretty close. But again, as we've said, the whole thing could come tumbling down for a team that think they're a dead cert for winning if that that black ball is hit or any of the balls go into that top pocket, those top pockets. There's no certainty about this game, which is why it's proving popular. Tell your friends about it. Point them towards this site. Every Tuesday, each episode is uploaded, 6 o'clock UK time. Let's see if we can get a few more people here and perhaps next tournament a few more teams. Oh, it's a bit sneaky there. Reasserting the position of Daddy's Clackers to get 3 points and then just nudging out that lineade ball, which I suspect is going to be nudged back in again now. No, different tactic. In fact, the opposite is true. Getting dangerously close to that pocket and beyond the starting line into the out of bounds area. There's some heavy shots going on here. But Daddy's Clackers still in the lead. Oh, Lineade beginning to wake up here, thinking, hang on, we ought to take this a bit more seriously. Not that I'm suggesting they're not. But they might have picked up a tip from Daddy's Clackers. Let's talk about it and watch a lot. We might do okay. Yeah, 3-2 is where we are at the moment. Current King of the Hill, Daddy's Clackers. I'm not sure that the son of Daddy's Clackers star man John would be that impressed with that, because we're talking about Max from Maximum Impact, who's, yeah, it's fair to say, is often current King of the Hill. Times are changing here. Oh, big conference. Both sides. Oh, look at this. Let's talk the game up, lads. Yeah, and yet again. Another point there, 4-2. Oh, look, it looks as if we're going to get a quick response here from Lineade. There's no advantage, though, to speed. If there's a point gained, quite a bit of movement there. A point lost for Daddy's Clackers, but he also in and out. Lineade. We're still looking for a proper term for that. And I think in and out explains it as well as it's going to. Into the score zone, back into the play zone. It's quite a messy table at the moment, just having a look to see all of those balls in that play zone. That's often not the case. We get a lot of balls congregating in the scoring area and the score zone. Of course, that's when the danger, the risk occurs with hitting that black ball. Here we go. Daddy's Clackers again. I think they're quite impressed, to be honest, to be in the position they're in. And continue to be in. Look at this. Another point there. Lineade again, moving the balls around, but Daddy's Clackers win this point. The black ball was hit. It was inevitable. Daddy's Clackers have won 2 in a row. The white ball now enters the scoring zone. Neither team can hit it. A draw counts as a win for the challenger. The challenger coming up in the next game. At the end of episode 5, Daddy's Clackers build a strong 2-point streak on the table over 2 long and hard-fought points. Will they carry on the streak against the Ball Bashers? John Barrett played arguably the shot of the tournament when he brought 2 difficult reds into the scoring zone at high speed during their challenger game. Going into episode 6, Daddy's Clackers remain on the table and must face the Ball Bashers with the second win conditions in place. So who are the favourites? Who are your favourites? It's looking as if the table's been turned upside down here. Nobody, I suspect, would have put Daddy's Clackers as in with a chance to start with. Man of the match, person of the match, John Barrett, we think, for his shot of the tournament. That's not bad going, unless, of course, that can be beaten in the next episode. Join me, Ray Clark, for that next episode. And a reminder, the uploads take place every Tuesday at 6 o'clock UK time, and you can always revisit any of the previous episodes. Thank you for joining us. Tell a friend.